let's think for a minute. What is volume? How would you describe it? How is it different than surface area or area? Well, volume is the amount of space that an object occupies, or the amount of space enclosed inside an object. For a coffee cup, we might say that its volume is the amount of coffee that the cup holds. For a brick, its volume is the amount of space it takes up. Some people think of volume as capacity. Building blocks are a great way to think of volume. So if we had a prism, this would be a rectangular prism. What's the volume of the prism? Well, one idea would be to count the blocks. So if you counted all the blocks included in here, you would get 48 units cubed. Well, why are they cubed? Think about it. It is cubes that we're filling that block up with. That prism has 48 cubes in it. So that's why our units are cubed. There's another way. Instead of just counting all the cubes individually, we can find the length and the width and the height of this three-dimensional shape. And if we multiply all those together, we will get the volume. So if we take our length, which is 4 units, and our width, which is 4 units, and our height, that's 3 units, and multiply them all together, notice we get 48 cubic units. Now notice we wrote units times units times units, which would give us cubic units. So it's either way that you want to think of it. Now that you can do that, let's see if you can do a challenge. Determine the volume of the staircase that's shown here. Look carefully at this picture and especially look carefully at the measurements. So the length of this is 1 meter, but each one of these are 20 centimeters. So centimeters and meters are not in the same units. So make sure you pay attention and do some units conversion before you find the volume of this staircase. Developing the formulas for volume are an amazing way to make sense of these problems. There are lots of good videos that explain the relationships between pyramids and prisms and cylinders and cones. So you can watch those videos and make sure you understand where those formulas come from. Another great thing to do is to be able to explain how to find surface area and volume of a real-life object. So find an object around your house. I really like Pringles cans and Toblerone boxes and Stroop waffles. If you've never had those, look for those in the store because they have nice different shapes, three-dimensional shapes. Then try to draw the net of that object with all the measurements labeled and find the surface area and volume. A great thing to do is record yourself explaining how you came up with those measurements, and that's a great way to make sure you understand what's happening. Here's some information and some websites on some volume and some different formulas. Make sure you go take notes of these things, comparing volumes of cones to cylinders, spheres to cylinders, and cones to spheres. If you really work through this, you can make sense of volume and where these formulas come from. Thanks for watching.